What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla Michelle. In today's video, I will be showing you all step by step on how to make tutu socks. I will be making 2 pairs, and I will tell you everything that I use, and also some little tips and tricks. So just stay tuned, and you'll get it. Okay, so the first pair I'm going to be making is Barbie socks. The second, I also will give you all my measurements that I use as well. I probably will put those in the description down below. So just stick around and you'll get it. So the first pair that I'm going to start with will be the Barbie pair. And so I will be doing, the baby girl is 5 years old. So for my toddlers, I use 5 yards of ribbon, 5 yards of tulle, and 6 yards of the elastic band. And so you all will have those measurements at the end of the video. The mat that you see in the background is just a 36-yard mat. That is the mat that I use to, you know, measure my ribbon and tulle. Measure from the end down there to all the way to the other end. So that's 1 yard. And I'm down across, it's 2 yards. And I'm down again, 3 yards. Alright, and this is 4 yards. Again, this is 5 yards. Okay, 5 yards, 5 yards. I just click. So here is
your 5 yards for one sock, your 5 yards for the second sock. You have your 5 yards of ribbon. And then you have your 5 yards of the other ribbon. So, next thing is your thread. I like to use thread that matches my tulle. You don't have to, it's all just a preference at the end of the day.
So I like to get close as I can. So I will probably use this one. Can you all see it? It's closest to the, you know, to the color family. Or this one. I think I'll use this one. It's kind of close. So yeah, I will also link where I got this from. You have the 2 pieces, see them, like this, and you're gonna fold them. And I like to line mine up as much as I can, as straight as I can. And then you just take a clip and you clip them.
Okay guys, so that is just what you do. You just clip them down. Now you don't have to, everyone has their own preference, but I feel like it helps me better in the next step that we are about to do.
So this is like a just like a little measurer if you're not so good with your lines. So the pocket for your elastic is, it really depends on what inch, what size is the elastic that you have. So I do have a couple different sizes. So if you guys can see, I'm gonna stay within that third mark right there. So if you're using this, you can, you know, push it to the 3rd mark and just stay. Okay, so let's get started. So when you're getting ready to sew, what I like to do is I like to I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see. I like to run it a little bit, and then to lock my stitch in, make sure everything is good, I like to go back and then go. So once you get the hang of it, you know, it really won't be so. Okay, so you come to the end and let's do another back stitch to lock in our stitch. You lift your bar up. You can cut the string, or some sewing machines have this little blade right here. You don't have to really worry about trying to keep everything together, because before I started using the clips, I was trying to keep everything together. My lines weren't straight. You know, it was just kind of hard and frustrating on me. So when you're ribbing, if you have double-sided ribbon, and double-sided is just a print on this side and a print on this side, or shiny on both sides, or whatever, that's double-sided. In this case, this is just one-sided. So what you do, double-sided, it doesn't really matter how you place it or whatever. So what you would do is you will make sure your print is face down. So mine will look like this. Also, the more you do to the line, the less tulle that will show. So the closer you are right here, that's how much tulle will show. If you do it all the way down here, all that tulle will show. So it's just a preference on how you want to do it and how you want it to look. All right, and so what you do is you put your tulle how you want it, and you want to sew as close as you can to that line. You just kind of want to make it not visible, but it's just however you want to do it. This is just my preference and my take on everything, but you know, everyone has their own creative juice. And I like to make sure that my strings are out the way, and I like to make sure that my stuff is lined up. So here you're going to see me stop and start, stop and start, stop and start, and that's just because I'm trying to, let me get out, I'm trying to make sure my ribbon is going to stay lined up. So here we go. So you sew for a little minute to get your stitch in, and then you back stitch to lock it in, and then there you go. And sometimes this right here you can actually take this off because you don't really need it right now. So here it is. Okay, so we are coming to the end. So back stitch, up stitch just a couple times. So you might be thinking like, oh well, I have some at the end. So you might have a little extra right here at the end, and that's okay because I always cut just a little bit more extra. You might have more extra than ribbon than you might have tulle, or you might have the both. That's fine. That is completely okay, because what you're going to do anyways is you're going to cut it off. You're going to cut it off. Okay, so you see how this is the front of the sock. And you see how I got close to that line, so it's really not noticeable and it kind of blends in and stuff like this. So that's what you're going to do. Next step is what I like to do is I like to cut my excess off, and this is my excess. So I'm going to cut that off, and you all will see how right here. Cutting the extra off at the back, this is what you'll have. You can leave it on. Some people like to leave it on, but I like to cut mine off. Once again, it is just a preference. So this is how it will look once you cut everything off. Sewn. We have sewn our thread, we have sewn our ribbon, and so what is next, we are going to cut the string. The pins is I clip one safety pin to the end, and then I put another one through here, and I take it and I just clip mine to my shirt because it's easier for me. Make sure that everything is straight right here. Make sure it's turned. You just put your band and the safety pin through the hole and pull it through. And so you just do that for the whole thing around. I'm sorry, I wasn't showing you. So that is what it's gonna look like as you start pulling it through. Right, so you're pulling it down, and I make sure that my other one is pulled, and I just unclip it from my shirt, and I make sure that I'm holding the band, and I make sure it's turned the correct way. Nothing is, you know, nothing is turned wrong. Out to get ready and sew it together. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay guys, so what is next? We are going to sew the two bands together. And like I said, for this size band, it is a little harder to do. So you know, it's just a really trial and error, and I still mess up as well. But I do like to go slow, and then once you go forward, you'll come back with the back stitch. And then you'll check it to see if that's good enough by pulling it out and pulling it. All right, that's great. And then I like to cut my excess. And then you will take your two ends and you're going to turn them inside out. So if you have double-sided ribbon, both of your prints will be like that. But if you don't have double-sided ribbon, you just have one-sided, you will turn it where the print is not showing. so when you sew it together, I'll show you what it'll look like. Alright, so now I'm about to sew it together and show you all what it'll look like when you're finished. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. See you back soon. Have a good day.